Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Western Entertainment Television. My name is Diamond Daniels.
And I'm John Carroll. Thank you for joining us on our flagship episode. Rave Motion Pictures has announced that they will be closing City Place 14, located in downtown Kalamazoo. According to MLive, the building has been released to a new operator and will reopen sometime next spring.
Across the street from City Place 14 is another building currently under renovations. Western Michigan University's new medical school broke ground Friday, October 12th at 300 Portage Street. The former Pfizer and NPI research facility was donated to the university by William Parfett in December of 2011. WMed is set to officially open in August of 2014, accepting 50 medical students. Founding Dean Hale Jensen says the medical school will bring many opportunities to the Kalamazoo community.
I think we provide a lot of opportunities for physicians in the community to be engaged in medical education, to give back to the profession, to develop the next generation of physicians. Opportunities for faculty at Western Michigan University to collaborate in their research activities with medical researchers, and opportunities for students from Southwest Michigan to have a greater opportunity to go into medicine as a career.
With over 200 students from the Dominican Republic, Western Michigan University will miss several next semester. The small island country in the Caribbean Sea is facing their politicians and their police force. Dominican citizens are taking to the streets. Around the nation, the lower and middle class are protesting the increased deficit and taxes that have been increasing. Police forces are using any means necessary to calm the crowds, including violence.
The Dominican Republic currently has billions of dollars of debt. One way that the Dominican government is dealing with the debt is by defunding international education scholarships.
This included the defunding of scholarships for Western Michigan University. Starting November 21st, all students who earn the scholarship will have their spring 2013 classes dropped.
Just hours after the message was sent, students have organized a group to take action. They hope to send emails and make phone calls to Minister of Higher Education. This group is comprised of current students and alumni looking for answers.
Some students still have their faith in their education. Dominican student Luis Morales left some inspirational words. Quote, "I'll never stop hoping until the last day."
In other global affairs, protesting workers have gone on strike for a second time this year against government austerity in Pamplona, Spain. Western Michigan University student Jacqueline Harton tells us her experience while studying abroad just 2 hours away in Burgos.
During the day, the buses were shut down. People weren't driving the buses. There's a lot of shops closed down, and the strike was at night, 7 p.m. I know the streets are full of people. They all met up in the center, and they had signs and banners, and they had like a foghorns making a lot of noise, and they had like some kind of like, I don't know. But there's people of all ages, like babies, like people pushing strollers, so like all ages, students, a lot of students were really involved, a lot of signs, and then yeah, older adults, senior citizens, because they're worried about their social security and everything. I wasn't able to stay too long, but they marched down the streets a little bit in the main center of town. When I was in Euskari, there was a protest going on there about them protesting for more Euskari rights and stuff when I was there. People love protesting here. There's protests all the time in Madrid, all the time. You know, if they have a problem with the government, they speak their mind, they go out and say it. They really do practice their freedom of speech and fight for what they believe in, for their rights here.
Only weeks into his second term, President Obama has been taking big steps to make change for our nation. The president met with congressional leaders Friday to discuss national debt, along with his plans for a renewed budget. In his efforts to gain support for a deficit plan that combines tax increases for the wealthy, along with more spending cuts. Obama supporters have put great faith in his ability to make a change for the nation this time around. Western Michigan University students have also said something about the outlook for the next 4 years.
I kind of looked at it this way. It was kind of, I wasn't in favor of either of the presidents. It was kind of the lesser of two evils. And I actually was happy that Obama won because he was the lesser of two evils. I actually voted for Gary Johnson because I'm a huge libertarian, part of the libertarian group at Western.
And also, according to a report from the Journal Times, even opposing candidate Paul Ryan is content with Obama's role as president. Ryan says, quote, "It hurts to lose a big election like this, but I have no regrets whatsoever. Only time will tell what impact Obama will make this second time around."
The WMU Office for Sustainability recently celebrated its grand opening. The office has moved from Faunt's student services to a more visible location in the former University Bookstore. Here are more details from YBOT's Kayla Morgan.
WMU is furthering their commitment to sustainability with innovative ideas to improve campus and the Kalamazoo community. After $300,000 of renovations, the new Office for Sustainability is complete.
My name is Kayla Morgan, and I'm with YBOT here at the grand opening for the Office of Sustainability. The organizers today are very pleased with the turnout, with an estimate of 190 people.
The food provided at the opening came from the student gardens. This year, 1,000 pounds of food was produced by the 2 student gardens overseen by the Office for Sustainability. Along with the student gardens, the Office for Sustainability offers many other programs like the Bike Stable, which hosts open shop nights, the student garden, where members of the community can volunteer, the Gibbs House Fellowship Program, and car charging stations. Students also had the opportunity to apply for the Sustainability Grant. After applying, the application will be reviewed by a student panel. Applications need to be turned in to the Office for Sustainability on February 28th by midnight. The office's project coordinator, Matt Hollander, says that any student who pays the sustainability fee can apply for the grant.
And you can apply for $1, you can apply for $75,000, and depending on how much you apply for, you have to do different things, and there's criteria that are listed on our website at wmich.edu sustainability.
One of the current grant projects focuses on the post-consumer food waste management through composting. Other related research is being conducted through the Brown Hall Recycling Study. Hollander says that the office is always looking to adopt and implement new ideas.
The general idea around here is if somebody has a good idea and they're willing to work hard to do the research or implement the project, we'll figure out how to make it happen.
The OFS provides internships, assistantships, student jobs, and volunteering opportunities for students who would like to get involved. For more information, please visit the following website.
Next up, we have Kevin Martini along with Tommy DeJong to tell us a little more about WMU Bike Stable.
The Bike Stable started out as an RSO project about a year and a half ago. It came under the direction of the Office for Sustainability. We have been planning to do some. We've done some in the past. I haven't personally. It's when the Bike Stable was ran by a previous leader that they did a couple more of those. We're looking to get some more of those going in the spring. We had tried to do one last year, and only a couple of people showed up, but we were looking to do Kalamazoo bike fluency tours also, so we can show where some typical spots of congestion, areas of difficulty for cyclists are, and we can help students learn how to mitigate those. Like, for example, from WMU's campus, heading toward downtown, there's the Lovell intersection, which is to get into the Vine neighborhood, is a sort of a area of congestion, and it's a traffic difficulty for cyclists. So these different tours would show like the best means of getting around those problem areas. In the near future, we're looking to have a rental system where, yes, any student with a Bronco ID, similar to the library, would be able to come in and check out from our equipment rental, which would include both cargo bikes and traditional bikes. Some of the international students that, with no other mode of transportation, they would take these rental bikes and do pretty much everything with them. And so with that in mind, the rental bikes have to be fairly robust in order to be a grocery getter, a library bike, and all those things. And since they're going to be used every day, they just have to be a little bit tougher than your average weekend recreation bike. We love the cargo bikes. We've done everything with them. We really like having the cargo bikes because they can serve more as car replacements. So when we have things like events, they're just irreplaceable. We will be starting our open shop nights on the 29th of November. It will run from 6 to 8, and anyone with questions or issues is welcome to come and check it out.
This past week, WMU hosted several international activities to promote worldwide health. Some of the events were a road trip to Africa, an American Thanksgiving celebration in Canley Chapel, Japan Festival, and the Malaysian Night. Next up, we have Jamie Probst with more coverage of recent WMU international events.
The flagpoles at Western Michigan University became a center of celebration for both those living and passed on Friday, November 2nd, when students gathered to observe the Mexican holiday, Day of the Dead. Hosted by Sigma Lambda Beta Omega chapter, the celebration was a collaborative effort between the Mexican American Community Association.
MACA is a volunteer-based organization, and part of our goal for our organization is to change the image of Mexicans and Hispanics and of minorities in general.
And the Latino Student Alliance.
Latino Student Alliance, we are a cultural-based organization here at Western. That's the main theme of our organization, is a family. Because for a lot of students that are in our organization, LSA is a home away from home.
Each of these three organizations had set an altar in honor of the departed, and special time was taken to discuss their significance.
Our altar is kind of dedicated towards the soldiers who have died in the Iraq and Afghanistan war. You know, these guys have died in the last 5-6 years, and they're all from the Kalamazoo area.
As well as the history of the holiday and its custom.
And the meaning of it, because I think now in this new age, new time, a lot of things change, and it's kind of changing the real thing of it and leaving others to have a whole different perspective of what this actually means. It means to the people.
And so, amidst the flickering of tea lights, the smoke of incense, and the pumping of music, students danced well into the night. For more coverage of international events on campus, visit ybotconnects.wordpress.com.
And now with our RSO Spotlight is Pasha Shipp, reporting on Collegiate Black and Christian and Joppa.
I'm here in front of the Bernhardt Center, where two student organizations have decided to get together to share their faith with Western's campus. The two organizations have decided to do what they call a prayer walk. If you don't know what a prayer walk is, allow me to show you.
Joppa Incorporated and Collegiate Black and Christian are two faith-based organizations on Western Michigan University's campus. These religious groups come together today to engage in a prayer walk. The organizations split off into groups of 2 to 3 students and walk around the campus reaching out to individuals, sharing their faith with them. Elizabeth White, the president of Joppa Incorporated, had some enthusiastic responses to share with us about the dynamics of both organizations working together.
Oh my gosh, the turnout was amazing. Just even with me sitting here and just kind of spreading the love, people were like, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? It's free, what is this about? And they were just so excited that someone was spreading the love, sharing the kindness of what it is to really give without asking for anything back, and that was really rewarding. Being able to kind of tell about what's going on today was just really rewarding. So I'm excited because I know, for one, I was impacted, but people who I interacted with was impacted.
In the end, the prayer walk was a success. That's all I have for you today. I'm Pasha, reporting from Western Entertainment News.
It's that time of the year again. WMU students brought out their pumps, cameras, and an appetite for fashion as Moda presented their semi-annual fashion show, Concrete Jungle. Juliene Winborne has the story.
Audiences held onto their seats as Moda presented a jaw-dropping show. Moda, an acronym for Merchandising Opportunities Design Association, has been active on campus for the past 10 years. Today, they assembled over 100 members and have tactfully presented one fashion show each semester. This year's show, Concrete Jungle, took place on Friday, November 16th, and Saturday, November 17th. Hundreds of audience members had the opportunity to view innovative fashion designs made by the students themselves. Each designer was required to put together a theme-based collection in just 10 short weeks. This year, there was an overall total of 19 designers and 58 models. WeTV was able to get exclusive backstage access. Models got a full makeup and hair service while preparing to go out on the runway. The show also incorporated faculty speakers, words from the Moda e-board, and even a dance performance by a Western group called J'adore. Christina Chapman, designer and executive advisor for Moda, felt the show was a success. She said, quote, "This year was an amazing turnout. I love the show, and we have some of the most talented designers in the university. Even audience members seemed to be in awe of the show."
I loved it. The hard work definitely paid off, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm just proud of the girls that did their lines.
The Western community is now anticipating what sorts of designs we can expect to see in Moda's spring fashion show next semester. Students interested in joining Moda can attend their weekly meetings every Monday evening at 8 p.m., located in the Bernhardt Center. I'm Juliene Winborne, reporting for WeTV, Western Entertainment News. Thanks, and back to you.
While the Bronco football team will not be considered for a bowl game this year, they will be starting next year's season against Northwestern University. Western has never played against the Wildcats before and will face them September 14th, 2013 in Evanston, Illinois. Broncos will have a chance to win 2 tickets to the game via Twitter. The 14th person to tweet the name of another Big Ten team WMU has never played to at WMU Bronco fans using the hashtag #WhatTooBig, that's what, number 2, B, number 1, G, will win the tickets.
Don't forget that Thanksgiving break begins Wednesday, November 21st, and classes resume Monday, November 26th. On Wednesday, November 23rd, Bronson Park will be aglow for the very first time this holiday season. The annual tree lighting ceremony will begin at 7 p.m.
Seniors, December 1st is the last day to apply for spring graduation. Submit your audit to the registrar's office on the 3rd floor of the Seaber building if you are planning on graduating next semester. Finals week begins December 10th. Exam schedules are found online at the WMU's academic calendar.
For more coverage of WMU news and events, make sure to check out the Young Broadcasters of Tomorrow blog at ybotconnects.wordpress.com.
To connect with YBOT or to promote events and organizations, email YBOT. This has been Western Entertainment Television,
connecting you to WMU.